Welcome to
Oh,
the APL Spotlight series. Amazing guests the world over with incredible backgrounds, experiences, and gifts. They're here usually on Earth sharing their gifts with others. I like to just say it's high vibe. They're hearts, they have big hearts quite often, and they're doing an amazing job for others. Today, coming to us from Oklahoma, I want to mix metaphors. She's a mama Earth bear or a mama Earth, yeah, a grandma Earth bear. She loves helping people out of fear, out of thinking, out of what they thought they knew, into their hearts to experience nature, Bigfoot, many of the loving figures around us, and much more, really to experience life. And she'll help people again let go of what they've been experiencing to date to begin their own journey through the heart, through what they knew, into something broader. And so she had a Cherokee grandmother. She learned a lot. She's actually had encounters with Sasquatch, Bigfoot, knows them by name all the way back since she was a kid. She's a speaker, panelist, not just conventions, but other, get-togethers and stuff like that. Super communicative. If you can see her on the podcast, I think it's called Flash of Beauty. Oh my God, she just gives the best interview. And so with that, I'd like to introduce Arla Colette Williams. I'm just a fan. But again, if it has to do with loving beings, I'm just going to use an umbrella term. She's really comfortable and she's kind of a guiding beacon for the rest of us to get comfortable too.
thank you. Oh my goodness, I'm just beaming here.
Well, Arla, good to have you back on. You were on I think it was like May or June on the main show, APL show. There'll be links. People can check that out. They should. What's new and different? I haven't seen you in like it feels like 3 or 4 months.
Oh my goodness, there's always something new. Something new that actually is very old, and actually they are ancient. In the early 90s, I think it was the latter part of 1990, I started channeling the ancestor grandmothers, and they had been with me, but I had not channeled them until that time. And then until 2009, I channeled them. That was something that I was doing and helping to support that grandmother energy and bringing it. In 2009 was when I was asked to begin to share about the Sasquatch people. And so I did not channel the grandmothers in from 2009 until this year, just a very few months ago. And the grandmothers, I was still active with them. I just wasn't channeling them. Um, and my total thrust was on helping people to get past their fear of, all of the things that people were attaching to the Sasquatch people. And then recently, the grandmothers came and said, "We will speak through you again, Shining Star." Shining Star's the name that they gave me many, many years ago. And so it just began again. But they also bring the energy in of Kashima, he is an ancient Sasquatch who I have uh, been very close to. I call him my teacher and grandfather. He calls me Aucha, which is his granddaughter. Um, and also the star people that I've been working with over the last few years. They are all like under the ancestor grandmother's umbrella, if you want to call it that. And so when they are speaking, if any of the others wish to say something, they just come through, or they will transfer that to the ancestor grandmothers to speak about what it is that they're wanting to share. Um, it feels like home again to be doing it. Their energy is so wonderful. I there's a YouTube video of me channeling Thursday. I think it's the High Vibe channel is what it's called. And it's always interesting if I get to watch something of them channeling through me, because most of the time that they're speaking, I don't remember what's being brought forward. And so when I get to watch after the fact, sometimes I get these zings of this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I just have chills all over, because even though that information is within me, them bringing it out, just, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time through them, even though this is something I might know that I don't remember that I know as well. So we are embarking on this journey again. I'm very excited about it. So, it's, gosh, life is just so wonderful when you open up your heart and just allow things to come and to, share that love yourself and share it with yourself. That's something people forget to do, is to tell themselves, of a morning, I get up, I look in the mirror, and I tell myself, I love you. I love you. And by me doing that, that goes out to everybody. It doesn't just stay with me, the same as if I send love to somebody, it goes out further than that person. They were talking Thursday night about the heart and being the energy center of this physical spiritual body. And within that heart, that energy pulses, and it pulses out around a person. And it's more than the aura that people see around others. It's more than the other fields that people see around you. It is infinite. It doesn't just go to here or here or here. It's infinite. And so when that is activated, that goes out, and it is communication. That love, that energy is communicating with everyone and everything for an infinite time, space, and it's who we are. We are love. We came here as love. And so many forget that somewhere along the way. And I hope that I can plant a seed, and that's going to grow, and they're going to see for themselves. My thing is not, I'm going to tell you something and you better believe it. No, no, no. I want to talk and share, but I want you to find that connection. I want you to make that connection for yourself. I mean, I'm going to tell you I love you. But past that, I want that love to permeate you so that you blossom and grow in planting a seed. I say we are cosmic gardeners. We're out here planting all these cosmic seeds that, with the love of the Earth Mother and understanding, they have a medium that they can grow in.
How is compassion, kindness a part of this? You've kind of answered the next question as well, but there's still another way you can put it for us all. And that next one is how is there's nothing for people to do. It's stop the doing to be in the heart. Can you talk to us more about that in a second? How's compassion, kindness really a big part of this? And then it's not about doing anything, and it's what you've just been talking about for like the last 5 minutes, but it's stop the doing or less thinking and blah, blah, blah. Arla, what's going on here again for everybody?
Compassion. Compassion. We are already love. And what compassion works like is a key. And there are things that activates that key for us. And when that is activated, that love covers all of that. So compassion is something that is a total connection to the love. The love is there. You may not realize the love is there. The thing with so many people being consciously asleep is that it takes a lot sometimes for people to feel compassion. You have to have some disaster or someone harmed or something else for that compassion to fire up. And when that fires up, it's like the heart just opens up. And so compassion and love feed each other. Now, how do we get to that place where we understand that? Learning to love yourself is so important and is by far the hardest, from my experience, for people to do. To truly love who they are. And working with people on this, they've been taught, well, you're supposed to put everybody else before yourself. So you should love everybody else before you love yourself. And that's not true, because to love someone else with the reality of love, you have to love yourself. And that doesn't mean you have to like stuff you do, the same as you can love someone else and not like what they do or what they say. Love isn't just for all the good, all the nice and sweet stuff people do. Love is for everything. And sharing that is so hard for so many people, and we're talking about love, uh, not like a relationship type of love. This is, Kashima calls it the knowing. It is the knowing of who you truly are, that you came here as love. When you came, however you came, you were love at that point. But things happen, people have things to learn, and so they go through things and push things away that become uncomfortable or things they don't want to accept. One of the things that is something that's very important to me, and it comes from many teachers, is when there is something that happens that is just so hard, you have a victim and you have victims. I am to send love to that person that victimized the others. That person, and I think the grandmothers used the word, they're broken and they need love too. Instead of sending hate out to them for what they've done. And boy, is this ever a big test right now with everything going on. There's a Cherokee teaching that I learned a long time ago, and it's called the Joselada. And what that means is hold one another up. It doesn't say pick and choose who you want to hold up. It just says hold one another up. And when we can get to that space of, if you say prayers or however you connect that love to someone else, you do that for the one who created the victims and the victims themselves. And that is, like I said, it's probably the hardest thing of people that I've worked with to get past that. When someone's hurt you or hurt someone you love. And many years ago, when one of my daughters had gotten married and her husband hurt her very badly. I wasn't taught hate growing up. I wasn't taught to perceive difference in people. But this just created this feeling in me. I didn't want to look at him. I didn't want to be in the same room with him. It was just more than I could do. And the grandmother sat me down and talked to me about what hate did to me. I wasn't doing anything to him. I was doing the whole thing to myself. And I had to release that because it was something that I was carrying that was affecting me. Never being taught to hate. Um, it it was a lesson that I needed to learn to understand what it is to hate someone. And a few years ago, Kashima and I were talking, and I had done something, and I didn't use the word hate against other people. It just wasn't a word I used, but I was using it like I would do something and I would say, "Oh, I hate when I do that." And Kashima stopped me and he said, "How do you feel when you say that to yourself?" And I said, "Well, I guess I feel like I'm hating myself." And he said, "You can't do that. You can't hate yourself." And he asked me to take that word from my vocabulary as a verb. So if I use the term hate, it's in talking about hate and what it can do. I am not using it as a personal verb. So it's not a word. Every now and then. It's pretty rare, but I'll slip and say something that you'd think, well, that's not a big deal to say that. But I mean, it gets caught. And a lot of times it doesn't even fully get out of my mouth. And I'm, no. we're we're not going there. So, that's it. Everyone is worthy of being loved and loving themselves.
So love's the fabric of the universe, and there are a lot of loving beings here to help us on our journey.
Yes, very much so. We have so much help. Humanity does. I mean, if people knew what was going on with all of these beings, I mean, angels and star people and Kashima's people and all of the elementals, and there's so much here that is a support system for humanity. Humanity just has to open their heart and see these things and allow themselves and not judge themselves when they see something. I know, working with people, they'll say, well, I thought I saw a fairy, but I'm sure I probably didn't. It was just my imagination, or it was something else, or it was this, or it was that. And I always tell people, yes, don't judge yourself like that. Just if you can't grasp and say, I saw a fairy, just let it be what it is. Don't shut it out and don't say, well, I couldn't have. Just let it be as it was. And, don't tell yourself, oh, I didn't see that. You'll talk yourself right out of so many wonderful experiences.
Speaking of which, maybe we'll take a few steps with wonderful experiences. We've done this before. Again, people can check out your May or June. I should have written it down. Episode 199, I did write it down. May 7th, 2025. I'm a genius. I've got a clipboard down below here. Okay, I'm not going to light the sage with a pen, but I am going to light it with a lighter. And I have a red-tailed hawk feather to blow it through the screen. When I'm doing all this listening, I'm a little happy, and so a pen can look like a lighter. I'm going to light some sage. People at home, if you haven't caught sage through two screens, the best way I can say it is time and space isn't quite what you thought it was. Love is love. Let the angels, universe, let your heart, which is a ginormous this, let it catch the sage. It's doing the Zen thing, smelling without smelling. We were doing this before the show. We've done it before. And what else can I say? Arla, will you add some extra zip to this experience for us and catch more than sage? Maybe flowers, something else. Could be cooking, perfume, something extra. I can't put my finger on it. Something for the schnoggin, though, that delights. Okay, so here's the sage. It's Juniper Ridge Sage, the one in Whole Foods, I think. Good California company. Okay. And a little blowing and a little pushing. And in Oklahoma, I'm in Texas. I'm south of you here. Are you getting a little sage already?
Oh, yes.
And what are you getting else? If that English came out right. What are you getting flowers? Are you getting something else?
I'm getting wet grasses.
There we go. I'm in the middle of cutting the lawn, but it's not my wet grasses because it's not wet. Okay. My battery died in the middle of doing it, so I still have to do the half out there. Could you close your eyes and get one more thing? Have someone come in, or does this be collective universe? Get light on your eyelids, or hello, or a tap on the back, gentle love touch on the back. It could be anything. There's 1 million ways to let the universe in, and it's coming in all the time. You just would have to slow your roll long enough to listen, pay attention, or see. What'd you get?
Well, I had Warima, who is an ancient Sasquatch. He is called the grandmother. She is not a biological grandmother, but her energy is very much a grandmother. She is an ancient, so she is a teacher, liaison between star people and humans and many others. Um, And on the other shoulder was Sirius, who is the moon water person, who call her a star person, who I've been working with. And they were just letting me know that they are here supporting this that we are doing together.
How do I say this? So, mankind has a great opportunity for growth and expansion. It always has. It's sort of like the college kid getting out of college who has never held a job in the basement. And you can say about that college kid in the basement living with the parents, they have unlimited room for career growth ahead. And in a way, mankind's like that. Anytime we want to slow the thinking down or the type of knowing that's our currency that precludes possibility, there's that universal knowing you were talking about, love in the heart. Can we maybe tap your wisdom, their wisdom, a mix? You don't have to do anything, any which way you want to handle this. But in the years ahead, in even less than 5 years, there's so much consciousness and love flooding the earth. Will even time stay quite the same and as linear as we know it today? Or are we going to look back and it could be a whole different enchilada? Like those are the old days and these are the shinier new days. Can you try to tackle that's $1 billion question. Can you try to tackle that somehow? And if you don't mind tapping them, tap them. And if you don't want to, no problem.
That's already happening. I mean, time and space. What is time? What is space? You've got all kinds of people telling you what this is, what that is. And yes, we understand that time is not linear because there is no beginning and there is no ending. And sometimes you find out that what you perceived as an ending was actually a beginning. And this is, I mean, literally happening. People are shifting dimensions. And the third dimension, it is such a wonderful learning dimension. It's hard. It's like your master's that you're taking to try to get your master's degree. Um, but it's time is irrelevant in the fact of how things flow. Now, humanity lives by the clock because they go to work, they have appointments. I mean, that's just how it is. But as this energetic shift in consciousness begins to be more evident, and I see it a lot, I see it in people talking. And if you're listening and aware, you will see them shift into a different consciousness. And, everyone's talking about ascension, 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 ascension. Ascension is not a place either. It's a consciousness. It is something that when you get to understanding what that consciousness is, and as that consciousness opens and what people call rise, then you don't perceive things yourself as you did perceive them. And I hear people say, oh, I'll be so glad when this ascension happens. Well, it's happening. It's happening every day in bits and pieces. And I talk to people all the time who are traveling from one to another, and then come back to 3D for various reasons. What happens when that consciousness is truly a part of who you are, then this 3D doesn't bother you quite as much. you will have more compassion. You will have more understanding of what's going on in this 3D world. It's not as we see it. And I have people say, well, how can I ascend? How can I do this? Feed people, make sure people have food, smile at people, care about other people. Do those physical things that in this 3D are so important. I like to use Mother Teresa as an example of someone who definitely lived her purpose in this 3D world. Yes. And we, more than likely, most of us will not feed the masses, but we are touching the masses one person at a time. When you even like smile at somebody, and I say this all the time, if you go to Walmart or you go to the grocery store or you go wherever, look for people who need a smile. You will feel it. And when you pass that person, smile and just say, hi, how are you today? And if they speak back, then you listen. If not, you just continue on. You have put that energy out. That's what that consciousness that is opening up. That simple thing sends all of that energy out, and it affects everything, and it affects you as well.
I'm going to read a little statement from angels from maybe 10 or 12 years ago. Sometimes the person next to you or a stranger just needs validation via love and compassion. A smile changes any moment. So too does laughter or a few kind words. Be compassion to all. Do it.
Yeah, it's simple. I mean, when people are laughing, oh my gosh, it's like every other thing that was a worry dissolves. It doesn't exist. And my sisters and and I'm a pretty good laugher too, but we get so tickled at things and laughing that it's like we're levitating in joy. And we have one sister that snorts when she laughs. And so we laugh more. And there is this feeling that your heart just opens up and joy and laughter and peace and love and everything just rushes in to your whole being. You just become that. And these are simple things. These are not something that you have to take a class for or anything else. These are our natural things that we do.
Let's put up some either historical photographs. It might be Mother Teresa, some angels, three Native American chiefs. We'll see. But I'll put up Mother Teresa. I know she said, and I can't remember if she said it when she was alive, and this is a famous quote, or one of the ones she said on the other side. So maybe people haven't heard this. I think she said this. This is a famous quote. Laughter is love, and I love that. But
Mm-hmm.
here's Mother Teresa. What does she have to add to the dialogue right now for all of us? And be sure to get at least a hug or two and let us know you got a good hug.
I would so love to have just stood in her presence. I think I would have just bubbled over with her wonderful energy.
Well, I'll put up an angel named Joy, a photograph, actual photograph, light energy. She'll move if you want. You can close your eyes and see her that way. Here's Joy. What does she have to add to the dialogue?
Joy heals. When we are in joy, we are literally healing things within ourselves, either physical, spiritual, whatever. There is no boundary to joy and what joy does for someone.
I'll put up one more photo. Geronimo, historical photo when he was older. He's an action, 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 dry wit humor, slang. Yeah, nah, duh. You already know the answer. But this is the older Geronimo. He's a kitten, if you ask me, but he's a tiger and he's fierce, or inner fearless, peaceful warrior. And what are you getting from Geronimo?
I've seen this photo so many times in my lifetime. And what I see is this compassion, his eyes, uh, the way his face looks, his cheeks. There, it's like he is not seeking compassion, but connecting to that compassion for people and for the way people are treated.
Are you ready to see a little light on these guys? I'll put my fingers up and do this. You get to see light. It's just auras, consciousness, call it what you will, the force from Star Wars. When I have this as the background up, I'm going to do Yoda's voice so people can laugh at home. When you're laughing, you're letting go. Plus, I'm hidden behind a black piece of construction paper on a clipboard. So you can't see me doing Yoda's voice, but it's going to be funny. But you'll see light flowing between my fingers. It was like out of Celestine Prophecy, the movie. But as Sue Frederick from Arizona said last year on the show, in the 70s, they were already doing it this way. And in India, they do it this way, and it's light. As soon as Arla says some colors that she's seeing or whatever she's seeing, it could be clear, it could be whooshy, it could be whatever. I'm going to go bigger and wider and faster, but we can let light beings, the love flow. How do I say this? Two people got red cardinals, two people got phoenixes, one person got a running buffalo. That was wild. Flowers, geometric, ball light, it could be anything. So with Arla, we do not know. And this is the cool part. But you get a dad joke as well. And then I'll do Yoda's voice. So there should be plenty of laughter. Bert and Ernie, Sesame Street. Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say, Arla? He says, sure, Bert. Okay, here comes the light and Yoda's voice. Just see a little stream of light at home if you need help. Ask angels to get you out of your head or the universe or love, but angels really work great for this and own it with a thank you or amen or rock and roll. See a little filament of light. It's your heart doing all the seeing. Do not. There is no try. Okay, Arlo, what are you seeing between the fingers?
There is a lot of green that's coming out. And it's a lot of white, green and white. And there is a beautiful blue coming out. What I'm seeing is the healing properties of the colors. They're showing that. So the colors are white, green, and blue is what I'm seeing.
Yay, and I'll sit back down. Still gonna tell another dad joke because we can. Santa's reindeer, Blitzen and Dancer. Nobody has to remember the reindeer like they don't have to remember Bert and Ernie. Santa's reindeer, Blitzen and Dancer, just those two. Why do they drink so much coffee? Because they're Santa's Starbucks. Okay, now
Oh boy.
we brought in the word star and let's talk star people and other living beings and angels and light beings and Pleiadians and Arcturians and Illyrian and How can we put this if somebody crashed into this video by mistake, clicking along and there are no accidents? How are you going to just get them to slow the roll, not freak out, and go run around the kitchen saying, I don't know what Bigfoot exists, everything else? How are you going to break it to them gently that there's just more than mankind going on right now? And they're very attentive, they're very loving, and they're there to answer questions if you can slow your roll a little.
Yeah, they are. When they come to me, they will come not with any expectations. They just come, we start a discourse. And this morning, about 4 o'clock, I was awakened with the sound of whoosh. And I saw their face immediately.
Who?
I don't know who they are
Was
yet.
it more star people then?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But what they were doing me was to um they were swooshing me, you know, connecting to me energetically in bringing all that down. Now, they are um, star people who work with the water. I have Sirius, who, and she's right there in a painting of her. She's a moon water person, and what they do is to help the waters. And there are several things that they do. They are always with a planet or a moon that is being birthed to help with the waters. She's been teaching me some of the things that they are doing to assist the water. This being, I'm I'm gonna wait because this is how they usually come to me. They come uh, get my attention enough that he woke me up, and then his face, I saw his face very well, and it's almost froggy looking, almost not really reptilian, but it could be. I don't want to make any assumptions yet until they tell me who they are. Um, but uh, with that, there are so many, like the star people that I'm working with, the group, they are here on the earth helping the earth mother through the elements. Each group works with the healing of the elements, the understandings of the elements, working with the elements. And one of the things that they can do is to teach humanity. This is how you connect with this. This is how you do this. And that was one of the main things with Circe in telling me that when they are working with the water, they become the water.
Hmm.
And so when we become something, we have a feeling. We begin to understand what that is. Water is very important to me. It has always been a part of the healing work I do. I'm about to lose, I don't know, I know you can't see the word, but on my jar, the word love is written. And so this is water that I filter, and then I put it in there, and the water and I exchange love.
Hmm.
And so this water then is infused with more love, and the love that is in that water is infused into me. So when I drink that water, that is the thing I'm thinking. I am putting this water's love into my physical body. And that's very important. I have other jars that I do with different things. Maybe focus. Maybe I feel like I'm out of focus and I need to focus more on something. I'll do a jar or two with focus on it and put that into the water. And the water has what we need in it. All I'm doing is thanking it for being there and giving it my focus, my love, and then it gives that back to me. So, so water is so important. And when Sirius first came, I was, I loved it, of course. And as she began to tell me things, then I loved it even more. And of course, she is connected to Sirius B and the cetaceans. And the cetaceans are here by choice. They are healers as well. Dolphins, whales, orcas. The cetaceans are connected to Sirius B as well. And, these things seem like to so many, oh, that's just a woman's imagination. And it's not. There are so many things that are being scientifically proven now that, you can't say, well, that can't be because science hasn't proven it. Well, science doesn't have to prove anything for it to exist. All science does is for that time period to prove what it proves.
Hmm.
But science also has changed. The science we have today is not the science of even 50 years ago.
Yeah, we don't want to get some
So,
by YouTube, so we won't go any further on that. But what I will mention is hidden messages in water. Remember, I can never say his name. Yeah, sorry.
Dr. Emoto,
Yeah, thank you. And then he's passed, but you have Vita Austin, who was a guest on this show.
yes,
Yeah, she
yes,
was about a
she
year
is.
ago on October or so. She's wonderful. She had
Yes, she is.
three near-death experiences, two for sure. One was very famous, the car accident, but unfortunately, I think everyone passed. It was very famous. She survived a lot of operations. But the other one that she normally doesn't talk about was in the water, and the Coast Guard found her on a boulder or
Hmm.
on the coastline ocean. She was missing in the ocean for 3 hours. And then
Wow.
while underwater, it was a water people that she connected with. And I think it was like her soul family, if you ask me. But her
Uh,
family on the other side or the dimensionally. And so that was a beautiful story. I can't regurgitate more than that. But you don't need labs, you don't need freezers to talk to water. And
nope,
this is your point. I
nope.
love it. And I got one more. It's like being on a game show here, and I'm like, hey, behind door number three, I've got an angel who her name is Min, like Minnesota, Lakota Sioux word for water. It's actually Minwala, and the full name. Awala is a morning I can't speak. Polynesian morning glory vine with sweet potatoes in the ground. But even Uwala is Ua and La in Hawaiian, which is rain and sun or sun and rain. So her name is Water Rainbow, Water Morning Glory. Just call her Min. She's my guardian angel. She's 80,000 other people's guardian angel. And I had a physician retired last summer, August 30th, episode 110, Dr. Karen Wyatt, end of life, awesome person. She got to meet her on Redondo Beach for 30 minutes, her guardian angel. And this is the angel that came to her when she was like 9 or 10 in bed. And it was all white angel. And from then on, as a kid, she knew she wanted to be a doctor. So, and there's another guest who had another experience when she was in her 20s in New York City. It's a long story. But Min has a serious background. Angel today, light waves of energy and water. So I figured this one's got to be great. It's a silhouette of an angel. Can you get something private, get a hug, say, got it when you got something private? You probably already did it. And did you get what you needed privately?
Yeah, she showed her face to me very clearly.
Good. And then if you don't mind closing your eyes, do you mind playing Psychic Medium Channel? I don't even know the words. The listening thing. For all of us, though, Min's awesome. She's a soft-spoken professor, light waves of energy and water. Mother Hawaii, if you wish. I had another guest who never came on. A lot of books, amazing, lived in Hawaii, and immediate was like, I know her, another person who knew her. It's like, that's Mother Hawaii, and it's true. I'm gonna blow. My microphone's up here today. You're gonna see this move. I'm gonna blow, catch a little aloha, a little sea spritz on your nose. I know you're in Oklahoma. I'm in Texas. We're landlocked. Whoops. Okay, here it comes. This is the most important question of the day. Forget love, the universe, angels, and all the rest. Did you get a little sea spritz on the nose?
I felt water coming over me, not air.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna hold it up again and let's get serious for just a moment. And I'm actually, pun intended, Sirius, the planetary star, place. Um, have her just share something that, if you don't mind, really boomerang it back to us. It's going to reflect what you've already been saying. But angels and star beings and star people have such a wonderful way of always rephrasing everything. Just when you thought you knew something, wait a second, it's like the weather. You always get it a new way, and it's always a reminder, love be in your heart. Arlo, what are you getting from Min?
She says that she is not separate from us. She is not different from us. We are this as well as she is this. And it just thundered.
Ooh, I didn't do it. Blame
Oh, I'm
angels.
loving it.
Blame
I'm
angels,
loving
don't
it.
blame Canada, and you need the rain, I bet.
Yes.
Okay. Uh let's do this. I'm going to show Audrey Hepburn's historical photo. She's an angel, if no one minds me saying that. Unconditional love. She's a rock star. We know photos can't move, but they can. It's kind of like science and all the rest of the stuff. Here she is in a photo, and she's an angel. Let her wink, smile, shoulder waggle, eyebrow goes up, catch something private. If anybody wants a perfume from Paris, fine. If you prefer Milan, great. Let her bring something wonderful in the air. Breathe, breathe, breathe through your mouth 1 millimeter open, counts shoulders moving up and down if you need extra help, or put a hand on your heart, or do the chubby checker, get out of your chair and swing those hips till you're laughing. But she'll share something private, get a hug from her. Arla, when you're all caught up, do you mind relaying what she says to all of us?
She was a star being. She was, she's, she's talking about beauty and how we perceive beauty uh, as who we are. She 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 knew things. She knew how to do things that at that time women, weren't really. There were very few women like her.
Arla, I don't know how to say it in baseball, but I'm going to try to say it. I'm not really a baseball type, but you just batted 1,000. So I think I said a good thing there. And I'm going to read something. This is all from Angels, that 2014 book. I got to do a plug. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, and an emoji counts because anything you've related to, you saw a little bit of light. Come on, where else are you going to get a little bit of light on a show? You're the light, though. Arla's the light. All you have to do is close your eyes, get a little light on your eyelids. But put down an emoji or something because this lets somebody else get access to Arla. Great content here, fantastic guests, nonstop fantastic guests. And I wanted to mention my little Listening to Angels book. I went on Coast to Coast AM for the second time, George Nuri this time. You've already been on, I think, a bunch for a while. And so that shot the Listening to Angels book up to #1 a couple times. And this is a quote from the whole book. I saw balls of light as I typed, and I'll show a different version of balls of light. This is Min and Charlotte, one of my business managers there. She's got an Orion background. And here, Arla, while I'm doing this, just lock into Charlotte, get something very private, get a loving hug. I'm just wanting to show both Charlotte and Min in a different photo because there's no one way about the photos. Here they are again. The blue one lower is Charlotte with a smiley face. And I call it metallic balls of light. It was daytime in my first Austin home, but you can see smiley faces in there. And Min's the higher one that's shinier, whiter.
Yes, there you can see both their faces.
Exactamundo. And
There.
you can just see them as humans. You can see them with your eyes shut. You can see them out in the backyard, more in a dimensional way. But if you want them to come in and have a cup of tea in your living room, good luck with that. That would take the most letting go ever. It's like buying a lotto ticket for a lot of us. But Here comes a quote from angels. It's in the book. Why is this a big deal for an individual again? And I think we're talking about letting go and being in the heart love. When no ego is present, and this is your reference to Audrey Hepburn reminded me of this immediately. When no ego is present, your heart and soul shine through your eyes. You are love. You sparkle. You are one with all and at peace with all. You are whole and content. Listening is opening the line of communication available to each human. Merely be still and listen. Acknowledge and own the step. Move forward today. Just do it. And a last little bit, and I'm going to get your reaction to this. This is a bit like the classic treasure hunt, but here you get to find yourself since you are the treasure. Exactly what you talked about before, the mirror. Do nothing, be, listen, learn, appreciate. This is not about any particular words or concepts. Grow your awareness, not your thinking. Be loved to all as often as possible, no more and no less. If you spent all your time being loved to all, you would have less time for ego or causing harm elsewhere. And that was the little tidbit I had to share. What's your reaction to that, or what just popped in that you would like to add?
My goodness.
Let's do this. I'm going to put
Oh
a hand
my.
or two up in Texas. You're in Oklahoma. We're probably what, 200 miles away? 300, 200, 250.
Probably something
Okay.
like that.
So I'm going to put my hands up, but love and above, not my bill paying side, my fun side. Your fun side too, not your bill paying side, Arla. Okay, here we go. If you don't mind putting your hands up, or you can use your whole body as you, just let me know what you're feeling. My hands got a little fired up. Do you feel sparkle? What's an adjective or two you could use?
It's many pieces, many pieces, just swirling around uh, in different ways. Um, it's more like a mist of pieces that is just swirling all around. And then it breaks off into you have another nucleus to something spinning and something comes off of that.
And if anybody wants to laugh, she didn't say Mystic Pizza, but you can type that in the comments. Okay, I had to feel. I'm gonna whoosh one time, and then we're gonna get serious and go linear again, but maybe not. We'll see. Here comes the whoosh. Catch what you can catch. If it ain't Hawaii and aloha and some beach, amazing beach, Arla, you should be doing this from Hawaii or Fiji or Bora Bora, not boring. Wherever is fun and oceany, ocean for you. Here it comes. At home, play this over and just let go. Play Pavarotti, do something. Drink tea, do the hokey pokey with your dog. Anything to get you laughing and letting go. Go five again, basically. Go here. Okay, Arlo, what'd you get with that whooshing?
I was in very cold water in some very ancient place.
Oh, well then here, let's do this with lots of love and light and joy, keeping you warm in case it's too cold. Here's Min. Close your eyes and go to that place, but have a lot of rainbow light go with you. So if you need a bubble suit of rainbow light, we'll do it. Get shown something that stays private to you. It could be a tattoo, but you don't have to get anything removed in 3 weeks if you change your mind. It'll just stay in your field, and we already know you're outstanding in your field with your sunflowers. People at home, go into your rainbow light body, breathe extra, let your shoulders go up and down, just let go, no words. Always try Archangel Gabriel, no try Yoda. I don't have to do his voice again. Ask angels to come in though and light you up. Arla's getting a special trip right now though. And 2 minutes of our time can be 7 minutes over there. I don't think I've ever gone past 11 or 13 minutes. Set an iPhone alarm though. Breathe, breathe, breathe extra, and your whole field lights up more. It's like those 1970 stereo receivers that were really big with the huge Rolls-Royce knobs. Just a little turn, and the music, Boston or Eric Clapton went way loud. Just a little turn on the dial. When you breathe more, your whole field lights up. just like smiling, laughter, a wink at someone. Old sparkly people get the most mileage out of a good wink. You just laugh. I don't know if a 5-year-old does it. Yeah, I guess I'd laugh too. It would be a charismatic 5-year-old. I haven't met one of those yet who can wink. Ask for something very special though, and then actually for public consumption. I forgot we're on a show. So let's have you get one little thing for all of us though, return ticket, or you already got it. What'd you get that you can share out loud?
To be silent more. When you're silent, you will hear more than you will ever hear. And the most profound things come in the silence. And I felt I blew. I was just that indigo blue color with like around my body were these little golden balls.
This is another private one for you. Can you hear something very special about your background that I don't think has necessarily been shared? But here's Charlotte. She loves doing little reveals. She and Michael, I'll find Michael real fast. Okay, well, here's Michael buried in 3 other archangels: Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel. I trimmed off the 3 other triangles, rainbow pie slices down below. Zadkiel, Shamiel, and Jophiel. I finally learned the names. It took me 2 years back around 2014, 2016. Okay, but Michael's in there, Charlotte, and Rebecca. That's right. She's one of my business managers from really far out. If you thought Pleiades, Sirius, Orion, Andromeda, those areas were far out. This is where music came from, really far out. So there's these two. Here's something about your background. Close your eyes, but it might be much more like a quick sit down and a quick English chat to save time. It doesn't have to be experiential. Or they could show you flashes, 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 a very particular, I don't know how to say it, existence that's a dominant background. I'm out of words. But Rebecca and Charlotte are happy to oblige. At home, people can put their hands out and just feel the vibe. Do your left hand. I can't tell which is which. For most of you at home, I think a left hand would be Rebecca, right hand would be Charlotte. Feel 2 different vibes at once. That'll scramble your ego, your logos, your reason, your brain, your mind, and what you knew. All your structure out the window. And then guess what's left? Your big shiny heart. So feel what you can feel. Don't judge. And then if you want to ask questions, hit the pause button here. Again, be sure to comment something. Come on. We're approaching, what do we have? 800 and almost 60,000 views to the channel. But the comments, it's so scary. I know. But hit the like button. The thumbs up is great, but emojis do count. Oh, Arla, sorry. I didn't peek. What'd you get? Did you get something private for you, but did you also get anything else you could share with us? And I promise that was the last trip anywhere.
I saw this light just being hurled through space.
Well, I didn't do it, so. Okay. What else would you want to share to sort of wrap up? Oh, do you have anything people can check out? This is coming out as basically as fast as I can get it packaged up, it's going out. So if you're telling us about a November, December, January event, it's not like people are seeing this in March of 2026 saying, I wish I could have gone. What do you have coming
Uh,
people should check out, or what do you want people to check out?
Um, I have a YouTube page. I post things sporadically, but I'm putting more links on it now because I am channeling quite a bit more. My YouTube page is, you can look me up at Arla
I'll,
Williams.
I'll have it in the details below the video
Okay,
for
thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can connect with me through that. If you want to connect with me, I have it under uh, authority that I'll be traveling next year again,
Good.
which is awesome because I have had problems this year walking,
Ooh.
and they are telling me next year. And I will be talking more about the star people and bringing more about what they're doing and how you how you can connect to them. You don't have to just listen to people talking about them. You can connect to them. And those kinds of things are going to be coming up on my YouTube channel. I am working on having a Zoom time that will be set up, and it will just be talking, exchanging with each other, with some teachings. So I'm excited. I'll be 76 this year, and I'm so excited about my life and about what's happening in this moment. So I just want you all to know that you are loved. You are loved, whether you feel like you're loved or nobody cares about you. I may not know who you are, but I can send that love to anyone and to everything. And that's what I want to do.
Brilliant, Arla. Brilliant. Thank you very much for being a guest on the APL Spotlight series. Always wonderful. Can't wait to get you back on whenever you want. And thank you again for all that you just shared.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody. I appreciate you so much.
Speak soon.